Hello and welcome to Japanese from Zero. This is Japanese from Zero, Course 3, Lesson 10. And today we're going to be talking about only many first times, which is also amazing English. Only many first times. That will make sense in a moment, I promise. Before this lesson, you should have learned mura, ta, yu for evening, aka, ao, shiro, and mi for miru. There are some new words that we need in this lesson. Let's go ahead and look at them. We're only going to, there's a lot more words in this lesson, but there's three main grammar concepts that we're going to talk about. One of them is hajimete, and that means first time. Takusan. It looks like namida, but it is not namida. It's sawa. That's what it is. It's sawa. I used to live in a place called Misawa, which is swamp. Someone tell me if I'm wrong there. Misawa. Sawa means swamp. I lived in a place called Three Swamps, Misawa. All right. Anyway, here it's read takusan, and it means a lot or many. And we're going to also learn, if I can get back to the PowerPoint, and we're also going to learn dake. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the grammar and the uses. We're going to go through each one of them, and then we'll give some more advanced usages. We're going to start with hajimete. Now, hajimete means first time, and you can use it very simply to say, hajimete desu. It's my first time. Hajimete desu. Oh, hey, how many times have you been to Japan? Welcome. How many times have you been? Hajimete desu. It's my first time. Hajimete desu. Oh, is it your first time? Hajimete desu ka? Iie. Hajimete janai desu. Iie. Hajimete janai desu. No, it's not my first time. So that's the most simple way to use it. It's a very good word to know. But we can also use it as a way to modify our verbs and to say it's the first time I'm going to do something with hajimete plus something in the must form, or it can be in the informal form, or what we like to call u form, or you can do past tense. Hajimete something mashita. For example, let's say you're planning on eating sushi later on, and you're excited about it, and you're talking about it to your friend. You can say, hajimete tabemasu. Hajimete tabemasu. It's the first time I will eat it. It's the first time I'm going to eat it. We're in future tense form. So, hajimete tabemasu. And of course, that's the most basic sense. We'll show a more advanced sentence later on that has more information. But right now, we just know the next time you eat it, right? It's going to be the first time when you eat it, okay? Let's say it's after you've eaten. You can say, hajimete tabemashita, which means I ate it for the first time. Hajimete tabemashita. Okay? So now we're going to give it a little bit more context. How would you say, tomorrow I will eat sushi for the first time? Think about it. Now, the key thing you're going to want to think about is, where does the hajimete go? Tomorrow I will eat sushi for the first time. Or is it, tomorrow for the first time I will eat sushi? Let's see what we got here. No one has it. I mean, okay, here we go. Ashita sushi o hajimete tabemasu. That is not bad, and that's actually acceptable. The hajimete, you'll never be wrong if you put it directly in front of the verb. Okay? So you could say, even though we have ashita hajimete sushi o tabemasu, we're saying for the first time, this particular verb phrase, which is sushi o tabemasu. Tomorrow, for the first time, I will do this verb phrase, sushi o tabemasu. But you could say, ashita sushi o hajimete tabemasu. Tomorrow, I will eat for the first time sushi. Okay? Some people might tell you that you should always have your verb modification word or your adverb directly in front of the verb. And I don't disagree with that. It's never wrong to do it that way. But you will hear hajimete plus the entire verb phrase. Now, in the next sentence, I went ahead and moved it just to show you that it's possible. But now I want you to say, I want you to use hajimete directly in front of the verb instead of the entire phrase. Say, yesterday, I ate sushi for the first time. Remember, you have to say it out loud, or you could cheat yourself, and we don't want that. Go ahead. While I take a sip of coffee. Yesterday I ate sushi for the first time. Ashita sushi o hajimete. Oh no, I'm sorry. Kino, yes. Kino sushi o hajimete tabemashita. Very good. Kino sushi o hajimete tabemashita. Now I want to point out something. Someone in the chat room said, well, I've never eaten sushi, so I can't have said that. When you're practicing grammar, it's okay to lie. It's okay to make up things. This was always a problem for me too. I like to be pretty real with the sentences that I use for making up a sentence. And the teacher would always say in Korea, make up a sentence. And I would always get stuck because I couldn't lie in those sentences. I wanted them to be real. But if you want to learn grammar, it is kind of nice to just know you can lie. So you don't have to actually, you don't have to like spend all this time coming up with an actual sentence. You can just say, I ate sushi for the first time yesterday, even if it was not yesterday, right? Or even if you had not ever eaten sushi. Now, when I was in England, I just got back from London yesterday. I never eat sushi. I really never eat. I'm not a sushi kind of a eating guy, but hajimete sushi o tabemashita. Now that's not true, right? I didn't eat sushi for the first time, but for the first time I went by myself and on my own choice, hajimete sushi o tabemashita. I went to a place and decided I wanted to eat sushi, and it was really good. And I think I definitely want to go. My wife got a little bit excited when I said, hey, do you want to eat sushi together? Because she always wants to eat sushi, but I'm always like, let's just get a hamburger or a pizza. Because sushi doesn't feel worthy of my effort to go eat. Never been a fish guy. Maguro is very good, though. Okay, now let's go ahead to the next thing. So you guys know a lot about how this hajimete things works. So we're going to go past hajimete. We're going to talk about takusan. So takusan means a lot. But I want to make sure you understand it does not mean it's like I did it. It's about an amount of things, okay? So takusan something mas means will do this thing or do this thing a lot, or takusan mashita did this thing a lot or ate a lot, or for example, takusan tabemasu. Depending on the context, that can mean I will eat a lot. Maybe we're talking about, hey, tomorrow we're going to go eat that sushi. I'm going to eat a lot, future tense. Or, I'm going to eat sushi. Yeah, I eat a lot. You could say, takusan tabemasu. You could throw something in front of that, for example. Itsumo takusan tabemasu. I always eat a lot. Itsumo takusan tabemasu. Okay? Maybe you ate a lot of those things. Takusan tabemashita. Takusan tabemashita. All right? So now, let's go ahead and put actual context in the sentence. How would you say, tomorrow, I will eat a lot of sushi? Now, in this case, it is going to sound better to put takusan directly before the verb. Okay? You don't want to say, takusan sushi o tabemasu. It's going to be better to say, ashita sushi o takusan tabemasu. Okay? Because really we are saying I'm going to eat a lot. Okay? It's better. There is a way to put takusan in front, which we're going to talk about in a second, but this is going to sound more natural. You're never going to be wrong if you put your adverb, because we are, how are we going to eat it? Well, we're going to eat a lot. It's an amount, so we're kind of changing the verb there, right? You're giving an amount, but it is how much you're going to eat. Okay? All right? How about, yesterday, I ate a lot of sushi. How would you say that? Yesterday, I ate a lot of sushi. And I will wait for you guys in the stream to see who gets it. Maybe the guy that kept saying, "Senpai, notice me." Maybe if he actually gave a proper answer, I would notice him. I don't notice the guy that's begging to be noticed. I notice the guy that impresses me. Ashita takusan sushi o tabemashita. Why do I keep doing that? I look at kino and I read it as ashita. It's like a brain block. Kino sushi o takusan tabemashita. Many of you got this exactly right. Kino sushi o takusan tabemashita. If you said kino takusan sushi o tabemashita, wow, that does not feel right. They would understand you, but it doesn't sound natural. Kino sushi o takusan tabemashita is much better. All right. Now we're going to learn a new thing that we can do with we're going to do it for both takusan and for hajimete, but we're going to start with hajimete. So, for example, we were just now doing hajimete tabemashita, ate for the first time. But what if you want to say, my first girlfriend? You connect it with no. Hajimete no kanojo. That means my first girlfriend. Hajimete no kanojo. If you want to say your first boyfriend, just to keep things equal, hajimete no kareshi. Hajimete no kareshi. So, for example, think about this kind of a sentence. We know all of the grammar involved now. How would you say, my first girlfriend was Japanese? There's quite a delay. Quite a delay. Or no one figured it out. So it is, 私の初めての彼女は日本人でした。私の初めての彼女は日本人でした。Now you guys are getting pretty advanced in your Japanese. You're easily getting close to intermediate level. Let me ask you, do we need to say 私の there? No, you don't. You don't have to. You could just say 初めての彼女は日本人でした。Especially if you're talking to somebody and you're in the middle of conversation, you don't have to say 私の. It's not wrong to say it, but you do not need it. All right. How would we say the first Japanese test is tomorrow? You could say the test is tomorrow, right? You could say the Japanese test is tomorrow, but yeah, maybe it's the first semester of you studying Japanese and you're nervous, and they say, why are you nervous? Because, right? Or the first Japanese test is tomorrow. I wish there wasn't so much delay. I'd like to see people answering it right away, but unfortunately we're not there. Let's see. 初めての試験は明日です. Close. 初めての試験は明日です just means the first test is tomorrow, but what test? Good try, but you didn't get it. 初めての日本語の試験は明日です. Now, you guys are using 試験, but I've used testo, which is totally fine. 初めての日本語のテストは明日です. 明日です. Very good. Many of you got it after about a 14 billion year delay. What does this mean? 初めてのキスは怖かったです. 初めてのキスは怖かったです. I think we can all appreciate this phrase. For those of us that have had one of these, what does that mean? 初めてのキスは怖かったです. My first kiss was scary, or the first kiss was scary. Very good. I see many. Oh, no. Miton Ryu, the linguist, said the first kiss was cute. That's an easy mistake to make. That would be 初めてのキスは可愛かったです. 可愛かったです. We're saying 怖かったです. Comes from 怖い. You might have missed an earlier video where we talk about people making this very common mistake. Be careful that you don't call your girlfriend scary. Careful. All right, how would you say, last year I went to Japan for the first time. And I absolutely am going to wait for those in the stream to get this. Last year, I went to Japan for the first time. Yes, that's right. 初めてのキスは美味しい. Yes, the first kiss is delicious. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there. 去年日本に hajimete ikimashita. Wow. Very, very good. Someone said sennen, but that's wrong. Sennen means 1,000 years. Kyonen, hajimete Nihon ni ikimashita. I'm very sad that nobody got tricked into thinking you needed to have hajimete no there. Remember, hajimete no is just making that into a direct modifier of whatever word follows it. Hajimete no petto, my first pet. Hajimete no Pokemon, my first Pokemon, right? Hajimete no hon, my first book, for example. But if you're just saying I went for the first time, you just throw hajimete directly in front of the verb phrase. Okay? Kyonen hajimete Nihon ni ikimashita. Or we could have said Kyonen Nihon ni hajimete ikimashita. That would also be okay. All right. Wow, we've got a little bit more to go. Now we learned how to say takusan. So for example, you could say takusan tabemashita, right? We learned that where we're throwing it directly in front of the verb. I ate a lot. But how would you say there were many dogs using takusan? There's two ways to do it, by the way. I'm going to show you one that's not necessarily the best way to say it, but you might hear it. It's this one. Takusan no inu ga ita. I made it informal because I didn't want to have to make the font smaller, but you could say imashita, right? Takusan no inu ga imashita. There were many dogs. That's a valid sentence. It might be better to say inu ga takusan ita. Inu ga takusan imashita. That is going to sound more natural, but this is not wrong, and you will see takusan used to directly modify a noun to say takusan no. Now, I did see a debate on YouTube, not YouTube, on some website where a Japanese person was asking, can you say takusan no hito to mean many people? And there was a survey that they did with 1,000 Japanese people. Half thought you could and half thought you couldn't. And I think theoretically you're not supposed to, but if Japanese people are saying it, and if they are also confused, it means that if you said it, it's not going to be a problem. So, for example, you could say, takusan no tomodachi ga kita. Many friends came. Takusan no tomodachi ga kita. Meaning, really, many of my friends came. Okay? Now, you could also say, tomodachi ga takusan kita. That's totally a valid thing to say. All right? Takusan no hito ga imasu. Takusan no hito ga imasu. Means there are many people. Now, there's a lot other ways to do this. For example, I know because we're on YouTube, you will see people posting down below, oku no hito, or oze. There's all sorts of ways to say many, but this one is just using the grammar that we know. Remember, you don't have to know the most advanced way to say something until you get better in Japanese. Right now, your number one goal is to say what you can say, not what you want to say, or not the most advanced way. If you said, takusan no hito ga imasu, or hito ga takusan imasu, to say there's a lot of people, and it sounds maybe not as natural as something else. I don't want to give too many examples right now, also because I'm not coming up with them as fast as I want. It's okay. Takusan no hito ga imasu, not as good as hito ga takusan imasu. That's much better to put takusan directly in front of the verb. But if you said takusan no hito ga imasu, or let's say, heaven forbid, you said takusan hito ga imasu, and you didn't even have the no, you know what? You would be understood, and that's a good start. And as you use more Japanese, you would begin to not make those kind of mistakes. All right? So this is just what I'm showing here, that hito ga takusan imasu is better. All right, wow. I don't mean to make this a long video. It's a little bit long. But there's one more grammar point that I want to cover before we get into the main part of this lesson, which is how to say when. We're going to learn here this dake. Dake. Dake means only. And this dake typically is only used with positive verb conjugations to say, I only have this, or there is only one, for example. And that's what this is. Hitotsu dake, just one. When we get to the purple book, Japanese from Zero, book 4, we will talk about another way that is more common, but at this level, this is the closest to English way that we say only in Japanese. Only one is hitotsu dake. You just throw the dake on the end of a number, and it means only that particular thing. You can also put it right after a noun and say watashi dake, just me. Hey, Who came here today? Is there anyone else? いいえ、私だけです。It's just me. 私だけです。Alright? For example, if you want to say, how would you say this? Today, all other days might be different, but today, I will study. Today, I will study for only 1 hour. Today, I will study for only 1 hour. Now, even though in English we're saying, today, I will study for only 1 hour, the verb always has to come at the end of the sentence. So you cannot say, 今日勉強します。1時間だけ. You can't use that style, okay? Remember, it has to be 今日は. Now, we say specifically 今日は here because other days maybe I study more. But today, emphasis on today, 今日は1時間だけ勉強します。1時間だけ. Just 1 hour or only 1 hour. 勉強します. I will study. Okay. What if you have been to Japan, but you've only been there once? Now, we learned how to say time frequency, I think back in lesson 2 of this book. Don't quote me. Event frequency, right here in lesson 2, right here. So how would you say, to Japan, I only went one time. 日本に1回だけ行きました。1回だけ行きました。Great. How about, this sale is only today and tomorrow. This sale, by the way, we never really officially learned that word, but sale in Japanese is セール. It comes from English. セール. So this sale is only today and tomorrow. Let's say you're with your mother and you want her to buy you something and she says, honey, look, no, not today, okay, honey? I spent already thousands of dollars for you to learn Japanese and you can't even say whatever. I couldn't come up with anything witty enough there. But you could say, no, mom. Then in Japanese, to impress her, you say, this sale is only today and tomorrow. Let's see who has it. このセールは今日と明日だけです. Okay, the first one that I saw that was correct was a few of you guys. You guys are all so fast I can't read them all. Okay, so このセールは今日と明日だけです. It's weird when you look at this, it looks like このセールは京都. This sale is Kyoto, the city Kyoto, but it's not. It's 今日と明日だけです. Today and tomorrow only. Notice that I don't have to say 今日だけと明日だけ. The だけ is at the end of the entire thing. All right. One more final thing with だけ. So we were using たくさん to modify a noun. We were using 初めて to modify a noun. Now we're going to use だけ to modify a noun. Okay? So we can say 二人だけのデート. 二人だけのデート. デート is a date. 二人 is two people. 二人だけ, just two people, のデート. This really means, hey, just a date with the two of us. Now, granted, there are other ways to say something like this, but this way is absolutely normal. 二人だけのデート. Okay? No matter what anyone says in the comments down below, this is absolutely okay, even though you could say 二人きり or 私たち. You could even say 私たちだけ, just us. There's other ways to say it, but this is totally fine. 二人だけのデート. How would you say, this is the name of a Korean drama, but in Japanese it's been turned into this. It's the you that's only for me. The only for me you. 私だけ, just me. 私だけのあなた. 私だけのあなた. Now that's a little bit of a weird one, but when I was looking up for examples, I typed in 私だけ to see what comes up. That's the first thing that came up, and it's not wrong. 私だけのあなた. Okay? That's when you're talking to somebody and you're referring to them and you're saying that you're all for me. Like you are only for me. Okay, maybe you're controlling, I don't know. How would you say, we talked a moment ago that this sale is only for tomorrow and today, but how would you describe that sale to say, oh, this is only a sale today? This sale is an only today sale. It's an only today sale. Okay? Hey, is this thing always on sale? No. It's only a sale today. 今日だけのセールです。今日だけのセールです。Of course we could say セールは the sale 今日だけです is just today. But we're talking about a specific sale, and that sale is a today only sale. 今日だけのセールです。Alright? What if you just want to go with somebody, only that person, not everyone else? Maybe, this is a typical thing. You meet a girl or you meet a guy in Japan, and that guy is nervous or that girl's nervous to be with you alone. They think that it'll be awkward for you if you take them on a date just one-on-one. So they say, hey, I'm getting together with my friends. Why don't we all meet together? It's kind of the safe move to do. Let's go to the movies together with me and my friends. Okay? But what if that person says to you, I only want to go with you? Maybe they like you. Maybe this is their way of saying, hey, I just want to be with you. How would you say, I just want to go with you? Say it out loud. Now, this is a little bit tricky, okay? Because we have to put a particle. We were only using no after dake right now. But there's no here. It's just, let's see if anyone got it. Anata dake to ikitai. Very good. Very good. Many of you got it. Too many for me to notice. I did notice. Too many for me to point out who said it. So it's anata dake to ikitai desu. Anata dake to ikitai desu. With only you, I want to go. All right. It's kind of nice, right? We're using all this grammar from before. At this point, honestly, there's so many things you can say with the parts that we already know. I could continually come up with new sentences. How would you say you're with a friend? This happened with me and my friend Daniel. He's the guy from the Hiding in My Room channel. Go check out his channel. It's called Hiding in My Room. He's a sort of an introvert. He tells me at least he's an introvert. And he lived in Japan. No, he didn't live in Japan. He learned Japanese, and his Japanese is very, very good. His accent's amazing. But we were looking for a restaurant when we were walking around England, and he said to me, anywhere is fine, but everywhere I suggested, he really didn't feel like going there. He didn't want to eat Thai. He didn't want to eat Italian. Apparently to him, Italian is something that you eat. Like spaghetti is something that you eat when you don't have food at the house. I was like, really? I really like spaghetti. Anyway, this is a possible phrase I could have said to him. Look, we've been to a lot of places, and this place is the only delicious restaurant. Now I'm saying, the delicious restaurant is only here. That's what the Japanese looks like. But really we're saying, look, only this place is going to taste good. Only this place tastes good. The topic is good tasting restaurant. A delicious place, right? What about that place? The only one is here. Okay, let's see if anyone got that. That could be rough. I'm not going to wait. 美味しいレストランはここだけです. Look, I'm telling you, the only place that's good is here. That's what we're saying. Now, the English and the Japanese don't really mesh up, but that is exactly how you would say it. Let's see if anyone got it. ここだけが美味しいです. That works too. ここだけが美味しいです is probably even better. Only here tastes good. Very good. Matter of fact, almost everyone used that method. I like that. Sorry. I did it. I went with a different style. But you see, though, with the grammar that we know, we can say many different things now. All right? Now, let's say we're in a store. I like to use girlfriend references. I apologize, but I'm a guy, and I always imagine my scenario with a girlfriend or my wife. Those are not mutually exclusive. Maybe I have both. This guy. Joking. Let's say, though, you're at a store with your girlfriend, and you promised to buy her a skirt, which is skato. And all the skirts are, it's a sale. It's a kyodake no sale desu. It's a sale just for today. And all skirts are on sale, except for one. It's this red skirt. Only this red skirt's very expensive. Only this red skirt is very expensive. And that's the one she wants you to buy. She wants you to buy this red skirt. So how would you tell her, only this red skirt's very expensive? Or only the red skirt. Let's not say this, because that's going to add a little bit more complication. You could have said この you could have. 赤いスカートだけがとっても高いです。赤いスカートだけがとっても高いです。You could have said この赤いスカートだけがとっても高いです。But that would mean one skirt. But I'm saying all red skirts in this case. For some reason, they're expensive. All right, thank you. We will be doing one more, very important. The next lesson is so important that you will probably use it literally every time you speak Japanese. Literally, and even when speaking figuratively, you are going to use this next thing. I will see you momentarily after this quick break. Bye-bye.